Welcome back, it's me, Lou. Alright, so today's going to be a somewhat different video. Ever since I bought both of these action figures, there's been something on my mind that I wanted to try doing. So with some 6-inch scale action figures, it's possible to swap heads across different, body types. Like, some Marvel Legends, you could like swap the heads and stuff, but I'm kind of curious if I could swap these heads, the G.I. Joe Classified with the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Origins figure. So we're going to do that right now. And there's something else I do want to try also. So let's do that. So this is the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Origins Baroness figure. If you haven't watched my review, check it out. I love this figure. It's amazing. And over here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Baroness. This is the more realistic figure from the Snake Eyes movie. This one, even though it says Snake Eyes Origin, this is, this does not portray the Baroness as she's seen in the film, whereas this one is. Alright, let me set these boxes aside. Alright. So over here I have a mug of very, very hot water that I put in the microwave for about almost 4 minutes. So I'm going to submerge the heads into the hot boiling water, and that will soften the plastic. And as you can see, there's steam rising up. It's kind of fogging my camera. Alright, let's try this out. Yeah, so if you want to attempt this, just be cautious. For me, I'm using boiling water, so it's really hot. You don't want to scald yourself. Hot water, boiling water, it's something that customizers and toy collectors have been doing for like ages. It's a way of softening up the plastic, so in the event that you need to do a part swap or fix something. Alright, so that's soft enough. This is soft enough. So I don't have the original first release of the Baroness that came with the motorcycle for G.I. Joe Classified series. So I wanted to see if I could take the movie Baroness and use this head to make a custom Baroness figure that's not based off of the movie. And I still need to soak this a little. It's too hard still. The same with this. And while we're at it, I have another head on hand. So I love this body a lot. The Baroness from the Origins line. And I think it looks great. I think this is this would make a great base body for a female Cobra Trooper. And here's the standard G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Trooper. I'm not sure if this is the Trooper or if this is the infantry figure. But as you can see here, they're blues. They're not identical, but they're pretty close. So their value and tone are somewhat within the same family. This one's just a little bit glossier. But I think it's a good near match. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this head. This is a Marvel Legends Elektra head. It's based off of the Netflix character. And I love how she has the mask. So it almost kind of looks like a female Cobra Trooper. So I'm going to submerge this in here for a little bit. And while we're at it, let's pull out that one Baroness head. The Origins one, if I can find it. Alright, the water is super hot. Don't want to burn myself. Yeah, so if you want to attempt this, just be very, very cautious. Now, I'm not sure if this is something someone's already done before. I mean, these figures have been around for a while, but it's just something I've been wanting to do since I got these action figures. And I just never got around to it until now. So yeah, I softened this one up so it's nice and soft. See how it flexes? And then here's the ball joint, and I'm going to try to attempt to put it in the socket. Alright, so there's an issue here. This ball is too small, the socket's too big, and the neck is too long. As you can see right there. So there is a way I could remedy this. I might have to modify the ball joint, and I might even have to shorten it a little. but we'll do that in a minute. I might do that off camera, but I think this head would look amazing on this body. And my camera's out of focus. Let's get it back in focus because of the steam. All right, there we go. It's back in focus. All right, so let's pull out that Electra head and see if I can make that female trooper like I've been wanting. I'm gonna come out. Okay, so I have this. All right, so the socket's right there. The ball joint's right here. Is it a good fit? Yes, awesome, excellent. Now, the head's slightly a little too big, maybe, but I don't know. For me, it's passable. I'm not that big of a stickler, and if this will provide me with a female Cobra Trooper in the meantime, I'm all for that. So let me take this head out. All right, here's the helmet. Let's see if it fits. Her ponytail's in the way, but I'm kind of curious how this would look, if you can kind of imagine it. Yeah, all right, so I just tore the ponytail off. It's not a big deal. I don't really care, so. All right, I think near success. It's not a perfect match just because the scale's a little bit too big. But I think if you wanted to make a female Cobra Trooper, this is the recipe. So if you have that Electra head, just remove the ponytail, pull it off. And if you have a spare infantry helmet, you could slap it on like that. And I think this is good. I can live with this. Yeah, so. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off camera. And I'm going to try to modify this ball joint so I could better fit this head onto here. And then when we come back, I should have a new Baroness figure that does not look realistic. And she kind of looks a little bit more like, expect the Baroness to, with the glasses and the long hair. Now I love the actress who plays the Baroness in the Origins Snake Eyes film, but like I said, I just want a standard Baroness that I could blend in really well with the standard classified figures and not the movie ones. So we're going to do that off camera, and I'll be back soon. So just hold on. I'll be back like in a second. Okay, so I'm back. So what I did so far, I haven't tested it yet. I just took some nippers and I just cut off the ball joint. It's nothing highly technical or scientific. And what I found here is that the socket here is still pretty tight. So I'm thinking if I could soften this plastic enough, I could kind of like scrunch the head onto the neck, and then it'll hold it in place just by the mere force and tightness of the socket. So it'll just be friction based. I'm sure if I could, I'd probably find some other way to maybe come up with a new ball joint. But for now, I think this will just have to do. It doesn't need to be perfect for me as long as the connection is in place. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to leave this in here for a little bit to warm up. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to take a look at these again. Yeah, so I think this works for me. Just remove the ponytail. The ponytail is glued in. I just yanked it off, and I just pretty much just tore the connection point. So, but I don't really care. I just want a female Cobra Trooper, and I think this works. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's go back in here and see if this is ready. Alright, so the plastic's a lot more softer, a lot more pliable. And since this is a smaller hole than this is large, it should hold in place just by friction if I push it in. Yeah, so there you go, new Baroness figure. so ideally, what I'd like to do is let this cool down enough so that it's still somewhat pliable, but it'll provide a snugger fit, and I'll depress it onto the neck at the right moment, just so I could get it at its peak when this is gonna like harden. If I put it on now while it's too soft, the plastic will recure and it'll harden, but it won't be as tight in the socket as I want. So I just want this to be tight enough where it's still somewhat pliable, but at the same time it'll cure harder, and then once it locks into place, it'll be a somewhat tighter fit. So right now it's starting to get a little bit harder than it was before since it's cooling down, and I think that's good enough. So we'll just like slide on over the neck, and it kind of like falls into place pretty well. The one issue I'm running into though is that her hair over here where it curves down, it's kind of hitting the shoulder, so it's not resting as perfectly as I'd like. Because if I depress it all the way down, it kind of tilts her head, so I can only go so far. But that's all right. I can live with that. You know, I just kind of want to kind of fake it, and it looks great. So there we go. New Baroness figure. She's a little bit more suitable for the standard non-realistic G.I. Joe classified line. The flesh tones aren't a perfect match, but they can easily be corrected with some paint. But for me, I'm not a stickler. You know, from a couple feet away, it's a good enough match. So yeah, we have effectively two new figures on hand. We have a female trooper, and then we have a new Baroness. So very happy, mission accomplished. It kind of worked. So let's straighten this out. And let's make this is gonna be my new thumbnail. All right, so yeah, yeah, if you're curious, I mean, I've seen this figure in the stores. It's a little bit more readily available than before. So if you want to try your hand at making a different Baroness figure, go ahead. Like I said, there's probably a better way of doing this than what I did. I might go back and try to actually create a new ball joint for this, but for now, I'm just gonna have it be held in place by friction. And it looks amazing. It looks pretty decent. I can live with that. So awesome. All right, so I hope this has given you some ideas. You know, if you want to make some new Joes for your collection, you know, there's a lot of easy possibilities with this like head swapping and stuff. So it's easy to make new characters, and I highly suggest you try it out. And yeah, it's pretty neat. All right, so let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your continued likes, comments, and support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I will talk to you at the next one. Later.